Hello everybody and welcome to another F1 Manager 24 video. In today's video is our first race of season number 3. In this year we have Hamilton and Russell, and yeah, we have the best car by the looks of it. First best car and second best car. Isn't that awesome? We got our first two upgrades on. These two are coming for Shanghai, but they should really be on for Bahrain. Bahrain and Jeddah have been cancelled IRL. Yesterday we had the second race of the Formula 1 season, and Lewis Hamilton got a podium and George Russell got P2. These were your P2 and P3, so, you know, if they can do it in the real life F1 26 season, they can do it in F1 Manager. So let's head in to Race Week at Australia. Let's make sure all of our car parts are as they should be. Wind tunnel concern, yep, that's all good. Right, let's go to warehouse. Chassis is the current one, front wing is the current one. Suspension is the current one. Cool. Let's head in to Australia. So, what are the race targets? Oh, I reckon 4th or above would be good. But it reckons the car's best. I'm going to go 2nd or higher. And I'm going to go 3rd or higher with George Russell. Let's head in. We're basically guaranteeing ourselves being on the podium. That's scary. Let's head in to Australia.
It's wonderful to be back down under for the Australian Grand Prix. As we start a brand new season, the slate is wiped clean and the teams prepare to make an instant impact heading into an exciting year.
The teams will be utilizing the data they gathered from the pre-season testing here in Bahrain, hoping that they've got everything they need to make a strong start.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Formula 1.
Right, let's go out. This is a first look at our brand new car. Obviously last year's car was green with a bit of purple and black on it. This year I've gone with purple and gold because we are the world champions at the end of the day.
Copy. Loud.
So let's give our car a little look-see. See how we are looking. Obviously it's GP's first race at the team. GP George Russell's engineer. Lewis Hamilton's first race at the team.
Stay off the curbs. Stay off the curbs.
Copy.
But yeah, look at that. I really like it.
Temperatures are still
From
building.
on board it looks awesome.
Copy.
I mean, look at all that. It just looks awesome. I couldn't tell you what shade. I want to say that's metallic purple. Chrome gold, but not sure. So that is FP1 done and dusted, and the final order is Oliver Bearman P1 in Red Bull, Lando Norris, Bottas, Sargent, Piastri, Hauger, Sonoda, Hulkenberg, Verstappen, Hadjar, Stroll, June, Russell, Tuka, Barnard, Gasly, Hamilton, Porcher, Antonelli, Bedrin, Watkins, and Ocon. I just remembered that I never actually checked what the driver transfers were, so we'll have a little look in FP2. So the driver's order is as follows. So, in Ferrari we have Leclerc, Alonso, same lineup as last year. McLaren have gone with Piastri and Norris. Red Bull have gone with Verstappen and Bearman. I'm excited to see how that will pan out. Mercedes, same lineup with Sargent and Antonelli. Alpine have gone with Perez and Bottas, so they have our lineup from Season 1. Williams have gone with Sonoda and Albon. Again, I'm excited to see how that one will plan out. Haas have gone with Hadjar and Hulkenberg, which is nice. V-Carb have gone with Lawson and Ocon. And Kick have gone for Stroll and Bottas. No, Stroll and Bortoletto, sorry. And Aston Martin have gone with Gasly and Ricciardo. So I'm intrigued to see how all this will play out. So that is the end of FP2, and the order is Gasly, Perez, Piastri, Behrman, Alonso, Antonelli, Leclerc, Verstappen, Hulkenberg, Norris, Ricciardo, Hadjar, Albon, Stroll, Bottas, Ocon, Bortoletto, Sargent, Hamilton, Russell, Tsunoda and Lawson. It's the end to FP3, and the final results were Norris, Albon, Alonso, Leclerc, Antonelli, Bortoletto, Hulkenberg, Hadjar, Perez, Gasly, Stroll, Ocon, Behrman, Sargent, Ricciardo, Tsunoda, Lawson, Russell, Piastri, Hamilton and Bottas. Let's head into qualifying. Setup drivers preparation is 93 and 95.
Welcome everyone to qualifying. This should be a good one.
These days, it's a much faster layout here at Albert Park, and teams need to focus on getting high and medium speed cornering right to set a good qualifying time.
In terms of George Russell and his form, Karun, how's he going to be feeling, do you imagine?
It's obvious that they're feeling confident today, and that's sure to be an advantage. I'm keen to see what they'll manage here.
What does today have in store? Only time will tell.
So starting our first flying lap with the main man, the 7-time world champion. We're going to try and make him an 8-time world champion, Lewis Hamilton. Doesn't this car in the rain look amazing? The purple, the matte purple and the metallic gold. Oh, I'm pretty sure it was yellow before I made it metallic, which is how I got the gold finish on it. But yeah, Hamilton does a 29.0 in the first sector. Russell does a 28.9, so Hamilton's already half a tenth down. He isn't really giving his teammate much for slipstream, so that's not really why he'd be quicker. It is on pure pace. There's a car getting out the way. It's a 20.9 in the second sector, and it's a 20.8. So Russell was about a tenth up on Lewis Hamilton's time. As they come round the two final corners, up towards the line, Lewis Hamilton's first qualifying lap in this car, what's it going to be? It's a 25.7, Russell does a 25.3. And starting our final flying lap in Q1 with Lewis Hamilton. I've sent George Russell out as well, I don't think we'll need it. Williams, by the way, look amazing up there in 4th and 5th. Red Bull's Oliver Behrman is in the drop zone. McLaren's Oscar Piastri is also in the drop zone. Russell's just about to come across the line and start his flying lap. He doesn't need it, he's only 800ths off the top time, but he might need it. Hamilton does a 28.6 flat, which is a purple first sector, in conditions that are worsening actually, so that's good. Russell does a 28.5, so he's 7 thousandths up on Lewis Hamilton's time, and it was the right call to go out again, because look at everybody beating our time, and Hamilton's now dropped to P20. So round the last two final corners, what's it going to be? Up towards the line goes Lewis Hamilton, goes P2, 8 thousandths off the pole time. George Russell's going to come round the final two corners. What's going to be up towards the line? And that is P1 for George Russell. Lovely. So the final results in Q1 were as follows. Russell, Behrman, Hamilton, Piastri, Leclerc, Alonso, Bottas, Ricciardo, Norris, Verstappen, Albon, Tsunoda, Hulkenberg, Sargent, Hadjar, Perez, Antonelli out, Lawson out, Ocon out, Bortoletto out, Stroll out, and Pierre Gasly out. But by the way, both Alpines through. Is that just their really experienced drivers, or is that their pure pace? So starting our first flying lap of Q2 with George Russell. It is full wet tyres. I wanted to try and see if we could wait till it went inter, but we're just going to be waiting too long. Some of the lap might actually go to inter, which will bring our times down anyway. I think we're going to be the last ones to set laps. But it's literally all going to be who gets to the line last, because that's when the conditions are at their best. But George Russell coming through the first sector, what is it going to be? It is a 30.6. So yeah, just keep pushing. Perez has actually topped the timings of Bottas before. That Alpine is quick, or their drivers are at least. Track conditions changed to damp. Hamilton's on a 30.9. So he's 3/10 off his teammate in Sector 1. That's not good. Russell's done a 21.9. Hamilton's done a 22.0. That's not too bad. But around the final two corners comes George Russell. Alonso's managed to get the top time. But what is Russell going to do? Up into P1 by 6/10 of a second. Lewis Hamilton comes through the final corner, and it should be comfortably either P1 or P2. P2 by 3/10 of a second in front of Alonso, 3/10 behind Russell. So starting our final lap in Q2, Hamilton's going to have a bit of traffic on his lap. We are 4 seconds off the top times, which I believe have been set on inters. We are now going out on inters. It is the same inters from the second lap in Q1. Let's just make sure Hamilton gets past this Williams all fine and dandy. Indeed he does. Russell's going to do a 28.7. What is Lewis Hamilton going to do? We are knocked down into the drop zone as times are flying in. Hamilton does a 28.6. I think Hamilton's just got that a little bit drier of a track. It's a 20.7 for George Russell in the second sector. It's a 20.6 for Lewis Hamilton. Again, I'm hoping we should be comfortably P1 and P2. But around the final two corners come our drivers up towards the line. What is it going to be for George Russell? Goes up to P1 by 3.5 tenths. Lewis Hamilton's going to go up towards the line now. What is it going to be? Beats his teammate by 2 tenths. And is that everybody? That is everybody. So that is final. So the final order in Q2 is as follows. Hamilton, Russell, Verstappen, Piastri, Norris, Bottas, Behrman, Tsunoda, Hülkenberg, Alonso. And knocked out is Ricciardo, Leclerc, Sargent, Perez, Albon and Hadjar. So everybody has gone out because it's going to start raining very, very quickly. On board with George Russell for the first and probably only qualifying lap in Q3. I'd rather it be wet to dry than dry to wet. So that sort of ruins the fun of qualifying. In the race, it doesn't really matter which one. Lewis Hamilton, by the way, is positioned for a beautiful slipstream. But coming around the first sector, it is going to be a 25.9 and a 25.8 for Hamilton. So he has set the purple pace so far in the purple car. They are getting very, very close to one another. Hamilton 18.8, Russell 19.2. Do not fight each other, please, guys. It is a qualifying lap at the end of the day. Not a racing lap. Around they both come. Across the line, it's going to be a Red Bull that finishes and does their time last, but it's going to be a 17.4 and it's 4 tenths off that with George Russell. Norris goes above Russell. Hülkenberg goes below. Next is going to be Piastri, Behrman and Alonso. So Piastri goes above Russell, Behrman goes behind, Alonso goes in between. Russell sort of fumbled this a little bit. Next car is Bottas, who goes behind Russell. Wet weather has just started, so there wasn't actually no rush. Tsunoda goes behind Russell. Verstappen goes P9 only. So we are going to be P1, unless it gets dry. Yeah, we are going to be P1 and P5 on the grid for the Melbourne Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton takes pole in his first qualifying session in this car.
The fans here are all set, every one of them eagerly awaiting the 58 laps of today's race.
Albert Park often seems to set teammate against teammate, from Hill and Villeneuve dueling for the 1996 win to Bottas beating fellow Mercedes driver and pole sitter Hamilton to the win in 2019.
Albert Park is a deceptively easy track to learn, but it's just as easy to make a mistake around its walled sections and gravel traps. The street circuit is high downforce and just as heavy on brakes as it is on tyres. It's race day and final preparations are underway. Well then, it's not long until we get started here, and we should be in for a tightly contested race. This could be a big race for that man right there, Lewis Hamilton.
They're on pole and it's well deserved. I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do.
This should certainly be a good one, folks. Brace yourselves for the Australian Grand Prix. And it's lights out And away
Slight
we
start and
go.
away we go. Norris not getting a good start, and he was on softs as well. Looking back, George Russell, can he pick off a place? He does. He picks off Oscar Piastri so far. Coming down into the brakes on turn 3. Lovely little move. Right, we've got Norris out of DRS. And Russell is now up into P3. Right, Hamilton and Alonso now fighting for P1. Alonso takes P1. Russell's shoved off when he's fighting Norris, which is just good. Or Sonoda through, sorry. It's not Albon and Matt Williams. I remember the days where it was only ever Albon that would perform in Matt Williams. Sonoda is through. RS range. Norris don't go for it here. Russell's going to go down the inside of Sonoda. Lovely little move. Make it stick. Oh, what does that even mean? Oh, I'm a complexing human being. Leave me alone. Hamilton down the inside and back up into P1. Russell up into P3. Go on, make it stick, Lewis. Make it stick. Yes. Or is Alonso going to take the lead straight back? He's going to take the lead straight back. Down the inside, Alonso goes. Shoves Hamilton off in the process. That's not very nice. George Russell's now going to fight his teammate down the inside. Lewis Hamilton backs out of that one. Didn't want anything to do with it. And we're back out of DRS by the looks of it. No, just about staying in. Hamilton isn't. So if Hamilton just chills and stays here in P3, I don't mind too much. Although if Russell goes and takes the lead, Ritter is out of this train, which is good. Russell goes defensive, which allows Hamilton to go all the way around the outside of Alonso. Job's a good one. Let's start trying to pull away, please. Hamilton is now going to go down the inside into turn 1. Don't shove your teammate off, please. And Hamilton has now broken the DRS. He's broken the DRS to his teammate George Russell. Share DRS, or are you just going to block each other? Russell goes down the inside on Lewis Hamilton. Can't make anything stick. Cool, my voice is not made for this. Down the inside goes George Russell. Now he's going to try and look around the outside. Can't make anything to stick again. Hamilton's just got the better tyres for the corners, ultimately. And now Russell goes around the outside on the brakes and gets in front of Lewis Hamilton. Is he too now going to break the DRS? Not quite. Can't quite do it yet. All this, but here comes Hamilton. This has to be it into turn 1. Yep. Lovely little move on his teammate. Shoves him off as well. Alonso now gets through. And Alonso now dives Hamilton on the brakes. And Hamilton around the outside of Fernando Alonso. Lovely. Hamilton's broken the DRS to Fernando Alonso. Get clear, really. Down into the final corner. Or not final corner, but the final DRS corner. Don't let him through, George. Come on, man. That's bad. Defend from. Soon. Can he defend from? No. Fairness, at least he's not going to lose it, and they are catching up to Alonso. That should be, I mean, it has to be doable. Russell in front of Norris. Norris is coming in, though, on his softs. So let's give it the beans. Oh, mate, Russell, you're going to have to go a lap longer, can't I? Yeah, you're going to have to go a lap longer on your stint. Norris is coming in for a set of the mediums.
We will box this lap, please.
Alonso's probably going to get it. If he does, just let him through, don't fight it. Just don't let George through as well. This comes Lewis Hamilton. George Russell's doing one more lap. Right, here he comes into the first box this time. 2.2 second stop. Norris is currently P9, so we need to be in front of Norris. Is it going to happen? No, not quite. Norris is in front. Norris got the undercut. Into the pits comes George Russell. And Verstappen as well. 2.1 seconds, 2.2 second stop, and a few Red Bull mechanics killed. Quite a few cars have come in then. So there goes Norris, and not Hamilton. Russell has jumped Hamilton, and Russell's also got space to get his tyres warm. Hamilton's tyres are warmer though, and down the inside he goes, up into P4. And Russell's got the number 1 on his car, I've not even noticed. Degrees, hopefully. Yeah, 90 degrees. Right, cool. Standard. Standard, and that's how they're going to be for the rest of the stint. When comes into the pits, what's he going for? Hards. A lot of one-stoppers it would seem then. Enzo comes into the pits for a set of hards. He's on a one-stop. There we go past, and Russell goes past Hamilton. But there we go, we're now in DRS of Norris. That is very efficient, by the way. 9/10 gap and a 9/10 gap. And they're all in DRS. And this is how the train is formed. Hamilton now sets the fastest lap. George Russell is now going to overtake Lando Norris, and I'm going to try and get him away. Okay, what we got to lose? There we go, a second gap already. Not too bothered. Hamilton. Down up into the first corner. Well, this is how the race will get ruined. Right, Norris up in front of Hamilton. Kept trying to move over there. That was a bit naughty. Norris down the inside at turn 1. Cars that you should be getting clear of and getting in front of. Right, Norris is going to try and go around the outside here. And he manages it. What are we doing? 24, 23. There you go, Hamilton is now up above. We'll just give us extra power down the straights. We should actually come out already on aggressive. So into the pits comes George Russell. 2.3 second stop. And into the pits comes Lewis Hamilton. 2.3 second stop. Out he comes. There is Alonso right there. Okay, so he's clear of Norris. And Hamilton needs to get clear of Piastri. Possibly gone, actually, I should say. He's not guaranteed to be gone. Right, here we go. That'll do, that'll do, that'll do. Run, 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 run. Doesn't do, okay. Right, well, let's just get past him and go. One and done, Lewis, one and done. Up into... Yeah, Lewis has got the place. Lewis has got P3 is what I meant to say. Yeah, get him. Get him and go, get him and go. Go on, Lewis. Go on, Lewis. Yes. 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 The last corner, Hamilton never really closed the gap once he got past Norris. It is going to be George Russell taking the Grand Prix win. And then P2 in his first ever race for the team. It's going to be a 1-2. And it is going to be George Russell, followed by Lewis Hamilton.
Plenty of pickup on the way as well, please, mate.
Today, it's George Russell's time to shine.
An inspired strategy from the team there. What a well-deserved win that was.
And you love to see this. The whole team celebrating this magnificent result. And up he goes, George Russell joining the podium lineup after a memorable Grand Prix.
It gets even better for the team, with both drivers scoring a podium finish this weekend.
Well, it wasn't exactly a walk in the park, but it was a thrilling weekend here for us all at the Australian Grand Prix. Well, Karoon, how do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage at the end of that?
I doubt they could be much happier. A win and a podium place. What a great way to round out the weekend.
And that's about that for this weekend here in Melbourne.
Join us for the next round as we head to Shanghai for all the excitement of the Chinese Grand Prix.
So, the race results were as follows. George Russell from Hamilton, Norris, Behrman, Alonso, Verstappen, Albon, Tsunoda making it double Williams top, putting 2 Williams in the top 8. Sargent gets P9. Perez scores points on his debut for Alpine, but look at the car he could have been in. Bottas was P11 as well, so Perez and Bottas getting feisty like they were in our team. But yeah. No, that was a really, really good race. Albon, by the way, went from, what would that have been, P15 to get to those points, so fair play to him. The driver's standings, it is a 1-2 for us. Very similar way to how it started off last season. I reckon if Hamilton actually got clear on those softs in the first stint, we could have been looking at an entirely different race. But again, that was a 15-second gap. It was almost a pit stop between them at the end, so yeah. We take the maximum amount of points. Red Bull was second, and it's McLaren, Ferrari, Williams, Mercedes, Alpine scoring a point, which might be their first point in the save, to be honest. It actually might be as well, to be fair. Wow, go Alpine. Pit Stop Championship, we got 8th and 10th. So the pit stop championship is currently Red Bull, Ferrari, Mercedes, McLaren, Aston Martin, us. I need to change the name of our team, and VCarb. And then we had only a 10th off the fast pit stop. 1.8 million in the bank. Jennifer Clear has gone up a rating. Head in to the Chinese race weekend. Thank you all very much for watching. If you have enjoyed, be sure to like and subscribe, and I shall see you all in the next one. Take care, and goodbye for now.